Hello everyone, LRon here with part 39 of my NGN Dark Souls run. So there is our golden golem, and we're going to let him come to us. There are a lot of these golems out here, and their aggro radius is pretty big when you don't have the fog ring, so let's not bother trying to wake them up. So we'll just try to keep it nice and tight over here, see if we can not get any ads. I personally don't get any ads, but I'm doing a pretty good job of keeping it nice and tight. And so after we free her, we're going to need to talk to her and then meet her up in Firelink Shrine. And you actually need to talk to her twice in Firelink Shrine. I kind of messed that up and failed to talk to her the second time. Which doesn't end up being problematic. It kind of just cost us a little bit of time. I wouldn't have needed to have crossed Ash Lake twice to basically once to get to a bonfire that's warpable, and then second time to get back to where she would be. So basically, you probably want to talk to her, then warp somewhere, then warp back, then talk to her again to get the different dialogue. And then that will make it so that you only need to go to Ash Lake once instead of twice. And that would be a good thing. But I am going now. Instead of talking to her a second time, because I forgot that I needed to talk to her a second time. Basically, I think I did it out of order. I helped Sigmir one too many times for the true order of the sequence to occur. And so it's time for me to kill Koyang's sister, because her Firekeeper soul is worth more to me than her life. And of course, that, creepy little manservant decides to try to get some revenge. He fails, his little larva fail, and then I get to loot his testicles. Alright. So, we've been through this before, so we're gonna speed it up a bit. You probably remember this. We're basically going back to where we met up with Sigmir for the mosses and going a little beyond. In fact, you probably remember back during the time where we were demonstrating where to pick up large titanite shards with the leeches. We went into a tree that had a bonfire. We're going back to that bonfire and advancing beyond. And while you're out here, you might as well talk to our pyromancy mentor, because she will be giving you a pyromancy that is respectable if you're in a case where you would actually need a Nova-style attack. You only get one good blast of it and then one kind of sucky blast at it per attunement of it, and it might take 2 slots as well to do. And it takes a decent amount of time to ramp it up as well. But if you've got a lot of stuff nearby that, won't interrupt you, it works out really nicely. So yeah, it's kind of a specialized situation, but with my original character I did keep it equipped, although at this point I think I had more attunement slots than I do right now as well. And so we're going to want to watch out for the basilisks, because they do curse. They're pretty weak, they're pretty easy to kill, but if you stay in their little foggy mist stuff for too long, then you'll become cursed, and that is not fun. And something that's I've kind of seen. If you're in the outskirts of the mist, like just barely inside it, you'll gain curse slowly. But if you're like rushing in to melee them and you get into the really, really thick part of the mist, the curse meter goes up exponentially faster. So one of the people that I have co-opted with has always complained about how fast the curse progresses. But I had for the longest time only been in the thin part of the mist, so I never really got that full blast. But eventually I did get that full blast. It's like, wow, yeah, you were right. So this zone is all about making drops and not missing. So remember the bed of chaos. If you need practice for that final drop, this is a good place to practice. Because there's a bonfire right there, and you don't have to run through a billion things to get to some safe fall target practice. And so now we're going to have to do another wave of basilisks. And so we're getting pretty close to the bottom. Eventually we stop seeing tree-like stuff and start seeing mushroom-like stuff. So we'll be walking on mushroom heads, and then there'll be mushroom enemies to fight as well. There'll be the little ones that make bird sounds when they die, and then there's going to be the big ones that hit extremely hard and I don't want to have any part of. Pretty sure I just pyromancy those big ones. And so now we are looking for a ladder. I'm pretty sure that it's on the other side of this basilisk here. So, as you can see here, the basilisks do proper ragdolls and whatnot, but if you do eventually find yourself playing Dark Souls 2, then watch out, because a dead basilisk basically freezes up and looks just like a living one. So you have no way to really know if you're staring at a basilisk or you're staring at a basilisk's corpse. And that can be pretty unnerving. So as you saw right there, we were in the outskirts of that mist and it didn't really do much to us. I decide, why bother continuing to risk it here? I'm just gonna come down here, and if they fall to their death, so be it. If they pursue me, at least they'll be pursuing me kind of single file. And I'll have good, operationally defined escape route, because we've got a nice little forward direction to go. Looks like one of them lost interest, and just for fun, I just took a moment to enjoy watching that corpse fall. So I totally saw it coming. And so now we are entering the mushroom portion of the zone, and we're being greeted with the younglings. And then there's that shadow of a basilisk. Totally creepy. There's that bird sound. And so now we're going to keep going. And so far we're just getting the kids, but I think the more kids you kill, the more pissed off the parents seem to be. I guess that's how it normally works with animals. Looks like I take a couple pot shots while he's still far away. That's probably a smart way to go. These guys do move pretty slowly, but you'll definitely want to switch over to the pyromancy when it gets within pyromancy range. That's it for this video. I'll see you next video. Good luck, have fun.